Love the intro. Love the happy hour. We're back again. Drew Franklin here with Nick Roush, Tyler Thompson, Adam Luckett. Scattered. Got some Louisville, got some Nashville, got some Lexington, where right now I am hearing hail hit my window. I got a little Ryan Hall, y'all, who I guess is our competition on YouTube right now. I got him on TV as I think we're in the middle of getting some bad stuff. He just shouted out UK's campus. So just letting you ahead of time, if I go dark, it looks like we're in the middle of some nasty weather here in Lexington. But we're still going to get through happy hour, at least most of us. I should be able to, but I got my beer, just ran out for that, caught myself in a little bit of the hail, almost didn't get done pouring it. From Country Boy. Shout out to Country Boy. We love Country Boy. I have a cliff jumper today.
Ooh, I'm jealous.
Nice.
Yeah, I had nothing and just ran out quickly before the program and got caught in the weather, but I'm happy to be here with you all. Also, shout out before we do our rest of our pleasantries, shout out to my old Kentucky Home Repair. Big fans of them. Think about using them soon because they proudly serve the Bluegrass region and have been since 2008. They offer handyman services, home repairs, remodels, and more. Go to myoldkyhomerepair.com to learn more or call them at 859-940-3376 for your partner in any home project. All right, that's enough of me yapping. I haven't talked to Nick and Adam in a while. Tyler, I'm glad to hear from you too. But guys, it's been a while. Football season's so far behind us. Haven't had you on the happy hour. What's up to everyone? Starting with you, Nick Roush.
I had to press pause on the beers for today because tomorrow's first fish fry of the season, and that's a big country light day, right? Like, because it's I'm a Pavlov, right? You give me a fried fish sandwich, I drink 6 beers. Like they go hand in hand. I'm very excited for it. I'm working the first one, so fired up for that. And it's been like 70 degrees outside. That's been cool. Been outside, been running around, Luckett. I did a long run this week, Luckett. I'm sure you're excited for some long running. I know that's right up your alley, brother.
I know I did 5 miles last week.
Oh.
Got the race Saturday. It's not Saturday, Sunday. So, yeah, pray for me.
You know, sometimes having the whole Sunday to yourself is bad, but you got it worse, buddy.
Whatever. He's going to be in Vegas running up and down the strip. Like, even if you have to walk at the end, you're in Vegas.
I've even had KS Borders reach out to me who are going to be there at the run. So you're all missing out. You're all missing out, apparently.
This is such a big trip. It has its own spot on our timeline over here. I mean, and we're saving it for the end. No spoilers on what's going down in Vegas here.
I figure we may need it after talking about Kentucky basketball, but
we got to talk about them. We got the football guys here and the baseball guy. Actually, I don't really want to talk about that either. Been a rough week if you're a Cats fan. I guess we'll start with Mark Pope. I just caught up on the replay of that. Not a lot of huge news, but as always, Cam Williams and Jaden Quaintance lead off the conversation. Pretty repetitive in what he keeps saying. Said Cam Williams, if they get far enough, might be able to help them. I still think that would be a very optimistic timeline for him, but he hadn't rolled it out. And Quaintance still isn't practicing, but I guess, Tyler, we're still not giving up on him.
Well,
I've given up on him, but it doesn't sound like Mark Pope is giving up on him.
I think Pope kind of has too, because for the first time he said, I'm not optimistic about it. And if you've got Mark Pope saying that he's not optimistic about something, it's probably not going to happen. So, yeah, that's kind of what I read into that. With Cam Williams, they said on the broadcast Tuesday that he's not using his little scooter anymore and that he's wearing normal shoes and not the boot. So that is progress. However, Pope also said if we extend our season long enough, maybe he can join us. So I guess it's really, how long do you think Kentucky's going to be playing? Are they going to be playing long enough that Cam will be able to join them? So, yeah, I mean, I guess okay news on Cam, not so great news on JQ, but I think everybody's kind of accepted that at this point.
My window is getting rocked right now.
What is that?
I doubt you all can hear it. Can you hear it? Is it that? Yeah, it is getting rocked. I'll mute myself. Roush, also from Mark Pope. He called out Big Click Nick indirectly. Even though he wasn't, I don't think he was talking about KSR. It wouldn't be us, but he did give some journalism advice to a young student. Surely wasn't anything our way.
No, surely wasn't anything that we've been writing, saying, doing. But it was very funny that like a journalism professor would tee up a question for a person who's scrutinized by the media to tell them how to do their jobs. And it's like, one, clicks don't even like his whole summary of like, well, you got to get clicks to be successful in this business, and like that's not how we measure. That's just not. I mean, that's not how we measure things anymore. I mean, certainly you want people to read your stuff, but it's more about how many people are visiting your site and not just how many times somebody is smashing a button. And the other part that I just so like let's say because I did get some people fired up. I didn't think my headline was misleading at all. The big picture problem with Kentucky: stop losing at Rupp Arena. Is it that like what is so controversial about losing at Rupp Arena? Don't do it. It's pretty easy. We slammed Stoops because he kept losing at Kroger Field. If you lose home games, we're going to kill you. And I mean, the last game I went to was a stupid loss. It wasn't Pope, granted. It was John Calipari was at a 10-point lead to Florida in the last minute. And then they went to over. Like, that was just a stupid loss. That wasn't as bad as the UNC Wilmington loss that, I'm sorry, Peak. I know that that's triggering. I can't say that word. But that was stupid. The Jerry Stackhouse Vandy game on senior night, dumb. I mean, there have been so many dumb losses at home. And, like, with Pope, yes, first year we gave him a little more rope. The SEC was really good. But, like, North Carolina was ranked. That was embarrassing. North Carolina played like crap, and they were just asking you to beat them. Last night, or 2 nights ago, Georgia was like, all right, we don't want to win this game. You all had the 8-point lead. We took it from you, but here, go ahead and win this game. And they were just like, no, you take it. No, you take it. I mean, Kentucky didn't make a shot in the last 3 minutes. Georgia was begging them to lose. And point being, Rupp Arena should be where dreams go to die. And instead, a bubble team just got a shot in the arm because they went on the road and beat you at your home arena. Like, that's just embarrassing. And, like, it deserves all the criticism in the world. It's not a click. That's saying something that's very obvious. I watched, was it 5 unranked teams at home beat ranked teams on the same night that Kentucky lost to Georgia? Like, this college basketball. Home, you should win like 90% of your home, 95% of your home games if you're worth this crap. Like, it's a sport. It's the best home field advantage in any sport, period. So just go do it. So let's stop with this, because if you keep doing it, then all the other little things become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Luckett, I thought it was your job to count how many coffees Nick gets before he goes live on YouTube. Put this on you.
Just can't count that high. They're stacking up like home losses, the coffees over there.
He's not wrong.
I think context is important, right? They're not all equal. Every loss is different. To Nick's point, like, go back. The North Carolina game was a huge game because they hadn't beaten anyone, right?
Yeah.
In the non-con, they needed a win. Well, they were 0 for 80 from 3 at one point in that game. It felt like Missouri. You come off with that was right off the Alabama game, wasn't it? You get your doors blown off when you get some momentum. Come back home. All right, let's reset. You have the lead. What was it? A 7-point lead going into the under 4 or whatever it was. You blow a lead at the under 4. And then the Georgia one, like you're playing good ball, probably their best ball of the season. You know, Florida, like you were more than respectable in that game. I think you overachieved what a lot of people's expectations were going into that game. It's like, okay, now you've got a moment here. And if you look at the standings, if they would have won that game, they're right back in second place in the league where they were pre-Florida, and like you're playing for that instead. You know, it opens up all those little moments. They just open up can of worms, right? And then you got to start talking about something else. They're just games you need to win at home. You know, specifically, like we know Kentucky is what they are this year, but you still need to win these games at home. They're important to win. And now that you've lost 3 in a year, how many home losses did you have last year?
3.
They were the Auburn, Bama.
Yeah, and it was an unranked team. I can't. Actually, there might have been 4. I had them all written out. I'm really mad because I had them all written out. And
Arkansas, Auburn, Bama, Arkansas.
And there was a non-con one too. Somebody came to Rupp.
I got it here. It was just Alabama, Arkansas, and Auburn.
It was just those 3. Okay.
the Cal one was the one, but the two, I mean, Auburn and Bama were top 10 teams, so it just is what it is.
Right.
But like, yeah, you can't lose games like North Carolina, Missouri, Georgia. Like all them teams are going to get in the tournament, but they're at the bottom of the at-large bracket. Like you can't lose 3 games at home to them and do what you want to do at Kentucky, because this is a year like they're not winning the title, but I still think it's important to like have a good year, get to Saturday in the SEC tournament, win as many SEC games as you can, and just try to build some momentum to go into the offseason, go into the next season. And these are the type of games that they're just body blows. And over a year, it could change just how you're perceived. So, and portal recruiting is a lot of money, but reception is a lot. Perception, is a lot of how you handle recruiting. And Kentucky's perception recruiting right now is not great. Right, no. That's something they need to fix.
Well, because that they're an imperfect team, Tyler. So it's like these are the moments where you really need to hold on to the rope, and they were just tired, a lot of fatigue.
Well, it's like we thought we were over the highs and lows of the roller coaster. Like it felt like we were doing really well. They won 8-9. Sure, they lost to Florida, but you could talk yourself into good things happening in that game. And then they lose to an unranked Georgia team that had lost 5 of 6 coming in. And I feel like the negativity in the fan base, we're just back to where we were when things were really bad in the non-conference, because the runway's running out and 4 of the 5 remaining games are really hard. Kentucky's not going to be favored to win them. And the SEC tournament's coming up. We're probably not going to have a great path in that. The NCAA tournament's coming up. Yeah, Kentucky's probably going to make it, but the path is not going to be great. It's not what we had imagined. It just feels like all of the toxicity is back. It's just a bummer because I feel like the pattern that we're getting into with Pope is you get these really great wins over your rivals occasionally. This year it was Arkansas and Fayetteville. We beat Tennessee twice this year in regular season, twice last year in regular season. But you also have these clunkers, just these inexplicable losses. And with Cal, at least those would happen on a Tuesday at South Carolina. These are happening at home, and that's not good.
I mean, last year, Tyler,
this year,
Georgia, but it's like, okay, you lost to a tournament team on the road. Same thing with Auburn. If you lose at Auburn on Saturday, Stephen Pearl, he's terrible and is going to be awful at his job. But Keyshawn Hall is pretty good, right? That's a tough place to play. So you would say, okay, you'd lay a clunker at Auburn. All right, there's no harm, no foul there. But Drew, it's 5 times ever Georgia has won in Rupp Arena. 5 times ever.
That stat about how they've won 3 of 4 for the first time in 100 years was insane to me.
And it's a 10 seed. They're a 10 or 11 seed on Selection Sunday.
Who you're going to probably you thought you might play them in the first round, and you're at home.
And it's coming on the heels of losing to another 10 or 11 seed in conference to Missouri at home. You can have one of these. Okay? It happens. Yeah. Can't have 2 in the same year. If you have 2, the criticism is going to be here. And it's a fair, I think, fair complaint, I think, from the fan base for losing these games. The Rupp thing, it's not realistic to think they're going to clean house every year. Run Cal had, what was it, 4 years where he didn't lose a home game or whatever.
Right.
That's just hard to accomplish. But at the end of the day, you can't be going into every season and writing down 3-4 losses at home. It's not going to work if that's a given. You're losing 3 to 4 home games. So you've got to be better at home. And it's just, there's a whole lot of stuff they've got to be better at. I mean, we've talked about it from, Drew's column last night, the fatigue. The first half stuff is just what do you even do? It's kind of everyone knows you have to fix it, but they're probably not fixing it this year. And some other things. And so all those can start to add up.
I was having this conversation, Drew, with one of my friends. We were baking this take after watching Arkansas, Alabama last night. Absolute just outstanding college basketball game. And I think what's just amplifying all of this, it's not Cal. It's that college basketball in general is having this awesome moment where there are 10 to 12 outstanding teams, and all of them got a badass freshman. I mean, Louisville's not any good, but like Michael Brown is like playing his best basketball, so he might get hot and win him a few games. But like Kentucky's just not in it at all. Like we're not even when they go to Van Pelt after the game, that's not even in the highlight package. He's just like, yeah, I can't really figure them out. Next. Like we're just not even in the conversation. And that's what?
To your point, not 30 minutes ago, I would show the whole conversation. I texted a friend, I just miss being relevant and talked about.
Yep.
Like Kentucky's not talked about. I mean, of course we talk about it because we're in it.
Yeah.
But no one in the country is talking about Kentucky right now unless they're talking about the Ferrari and 22 million of disappointment.
Like even little stuff like there's one of the commercials, I forget if it's for like an insurance company, and it has like the boy who's a Duke fan, and he goes to pick up his girlfriend at her house, and they're all North
very
Carolina
dumb commercial.
fans.
Just the New Jersey Saturday night.
Right. But it's like, man, it's about to be March. People are about to be excited. I guess we'll just see. But I miss being excited and part of that. And I had that moment the other night when I was just like, I miss when we were good, and that it just stinks.
Yeah,
there used to be an intimidation, and it was fun. And now we have Vandy players dunking on us on social media after they beat us by 25. Vandy, I know they've turned it around. Congratulations, Vandy. But I did not think we would ever live in a universe where a Vandy player can talk trash to Kentucky basketball. Sure, you lose a few games here and there. That happens. But like getting dunked on by Vandy and then trolled on social media, like, well, what backwards ass universe are we living in?
Yeah. I think Kentucky fans in general, like obviously they want to win, want to hang titles, but they want to be like the story. Like Cal's quote said it the best, the needle, right? They just want to be the story in college basketball from start to finish. Like I look at the whole Bama Bediako situation. I think Kentucky fans inside were like, I wish that was us. Just us fighting everybody. Like that's
against the world.
That's why I like us being Kentucky, right? Because I feel like that's when our fan base really embraces just being a Kentucky fan, is when it's like them versus everyone else. And that's why I think it worked so well with Cal for that 10 years, just because they were in it together. And then there was, I think some fatigue, the Drew's point again, fatigue kind of set in with the whole kind of how they were operating. But that's what they want to be. And it does. I think it's a big deal that you have this year. It's going to be like the draft is going to be the best draft. They're going to say, like, I'm going to watch the NBA draft probably the first time in 6-7 years because it's such a big, like, feels like such a big deal this year. And Kentucky's got no, like, I guess JQ, right? Kentucky's guy, even in the year where the opt-out year, right? Even when the year guys are playing and getting hurt, they have the one that's not playing at all. Like, that just totally is not playing. And so yeah, I think all that is not a good. And the Ferrari quote, more than the kind of the 22 million, I think the Ferrari quote, I think we'll look back. That will be the one that maybe lasts longer than the 22 million.
Well, it was Pope's gamble. He said that, and somebody, whether it's him or someone in his staff, leaked the whole $22 million number. That was a risk, and now it's clearly not paying off so far, which just makes it look even more embarrassing. Like he wanted to be the needle, and it is not the needle at all.
And what we were saying about Kentucky, I almost feel like we need to be the villains a little bit. I mean, we don't want to be jerks or, the worst, but in those early Cal days, people did not like that the freshman one and done thing was working. And, we'd go KSR. If anyone even mentioned that Kentucky was doing something wrong, we're blasting them. We're going to war for the program. Kentucky fans, I mean, we probably don't want to call it being a villain, but it is a lot more fun when everyone kind of is aiming at us and you got a target on your back and everybody's talking about you, good or bad. I'm one of those people that when I travel, I'm in an airport, I got on a UK hat or something. We all know the nod. You see a Kentucky fan everywhere. It's fun when you can kind of strut and wish a Tennessee fan would be at your gate because you're just going to stare at them. Now it's kind of like, and you're at the airport bar and people are like, oh, Mark Pope, that's not working out, huh? And it's just, we've almost lost that confidence that we're normally sticking our chest out and letting people know we're kind of, I'm not saying we're ducking, but the conversation has turned to where we're not as, not on top or not really in the conversation at all when you're talking about who matters this season and the last couple.
You know who I think of when I think of villains? Mark Pope and Mitch Barnhart.
The bad boys.
Bad. I mean, they're got the leather jackets on, collars popped. Yeah. Got a toothpick in their mouth, buttons all buttoned up.
But hey,
Yeah.
But do you think of Stephen Pearl when you think of a bad boy? Because he's up next. Come on.
Can I
Guys,
just,
we cannot let Stephen Pearl have this moment.
I mean, that team that he played for at Tennessee, you want to talk? I mean, they fit the villain role. That might be the team I hated. I don't know if a team I'll ever hate more, right? Because that was like I was probably high schoolish, like, you know, kind of in the zone. We went to a team camp there, and like all the guys are walking around, and it's hell, I can't even think. Wayne Chisholm.
They had so many Smiths. There was like
Jacob Smith.
5 Smiths on the team.
And then to see Stephen Pearl walking around with him and his just dumb face, like it's just like, hell, what did nepotism? Like I didn't even know what that word meant, and I knew what it was. And I love that he tried to do the suspension thing with Keyshawn Hall. Like I'm going to play hardball in a game that I'm already going to lose. So, Mr. Tough Guy, let me suspend you. And we had a thread on the board where it's like, he's going to be back for Kentucky, right? And then, I mean, almost as soon as the thread was posted, all the Auburn people were like, well, he's at practice. He's doing things the right way to be back against Mississippi State. And it's weird. It didn't work for him. I'm shocked that Stephen Pearl couldn't beat Mississippi State. Can you believe that?
How drunk was the SEC last night, Tyler? My goodness.
Wild.
I wasn't able to watch live, and I never do this, but people had been texting me all night, so I kind of knew what happened. I made a point to get up early this morning. I was up at like 6 just to watch Arkansas, Alabama. Even though I knew everything that happened, I had to see it for myself, and even watching the replay didn't let me down, and that was like one of 3 great games last night.
Yeah, we were watching something else, and I was keeping up with the Alabama-Arkansas score on my phone. And I was like, well, there's like 30 seconds left. We got to turn it on. We turn it on. The game lasted another 45 minutes. I mean, it was crazy. It was absolutely awesome. And like to what we were talking about earlier, I miss being a part of those games. I miss like us being in the conversation. But also the Vandy game was crazy too. Like, Nick, you sent us that clip this morning. If that shot had gone in for them to win, that would have been the worst. Nuts.
Vandy was this close to having not one, but 2 of the most improbable comebacks we've seen in recent memory. Like a couple weeks ago, they were down 20 at the under 4 against Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It came all the way back, and then I think they were down 20 with 5 minutes left last night. Came all the way back. They were that close to on both of those.
That Oklahoma
Josh
one,
Hubbard, go ahead.
We were watching that one together, and then I went out to the Mexican restaurant with family, and I checked the score, and I was like, wait, hold up. What happened? Like this was a blowout. Like what? How does this happen? And if that shot would have gone in, it reminded me of the A&M tournament game the year that we got screwed by the committee. 16 when they were down by a dozen with a minute to play and somehow won that game. Who was that against?
The committee had already made their. What's that?
Was it against Stephen F. Austin? It was the first round tournament game where they were down by like a dozen points.
That was Northern Iowa, maybe.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Northern Iowa beat them one year. Remember? Maybe I'm getting the Texases mixed up. But I know
Pete's
they
got it.
Yeah, Peak. I'm surprised hadn't already rattled it off.
Yeah, it was Northern Iowa.
There we go.
Boom, roasted.
By the way, I just saw it's been 24 minutes. So maybe y'all need a break. I know we got to save our minutes. Anybody need to step away, have a seat?
Yeah, I'm going to hit for a minute.
Everybody good? I don't want to push anybody too hard. Anybody worn out?
Yeah.
We're almost halfway through. I just want to make sure everybody's well rested. Because later in the show, I don't want your your numbers going down.
Do I need to skip mile 5 on this 10K? Just tell Taylor I'm going to skip this one.
Don't want you to get a cramp.
I'll catch you in the last mile. Let me hop on this Vespa right quick.
2 more takeaways from last night. I absolutely love that Josh Hubbard was leading Auburn at halftime. That is what a silly stat. He was 9 of 12 from 3 at halftime. 35-33, Hubbard led Auburn. That is an insane performance. He's been hot. I think it's been like 31, 32, and then 40 whatever last night. there's been conversations of, do you want him if he were to go to the portal?
Yes.
I love watching him. He shoots a lot. He shoots a lot.
We'll take it.
Yeah, compared to, what some other – we have nothing else lined up for next year, so I wouldn't hate it. But I love watching him. And then I try not to bring up Cal moments, but last night, down 3, Malik Thomas has the ball with 30 seconds, and Cal called a timeout as Thomas drained the 3. Doesn't count. Cal never calls a timeout in that spot. Never. We never saw him call a timeout in that spot in all the years of Cal. And then Thomas drained it and immediately looks at him and throws his hand in the air. But that one stuck out to me too. Just a wild and goofy night in the conference. Auburn's now lost 5 in a row, right?
Correct.
And even though Pope called Keyshawn Hall Paul Pierce today, it's a pretty complimentary comparison.
That I don't know where you're getting that, but I mean,
does he go live when he shouldn't late at night?
Did Hall poop his pants or something too? I mean,
that's what's also a how old are you quote, because it's like obviously Pope is probably like Pope's a couple years older than Pierce, I guess.
Probably same recruiting class or something.
Yeah. So yeah, it's also a kind of still comparing college kids to Paul Pierce.
We have a lot on the game, but I was going to bring up, and it's now escaped me after I just saw it. I think does anyone else? I think it was 2.5. Point is, cats or dog? Yeah.
Small toss up. One of the 4, I would say, true toss up games here remaining on the schedule for Kentucky.
I swear I saw this just a second ago. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 2.5. Cats or dog? Not a surprise. As the Ken Palm projections, which we use often, we'll get to in just a second on the tournament stuff. We're not surprised the cats are a dog. Do we have any more optimism that Auburn's lost 5 in a row and maybe Kentucky that was a wake-up call to get back on track? Or are you all like me and it is complete, I will just see what happens. 0 expectations with this team for me in any game.
Yeah, I'm kind of giving up trying to predict with this group. But that place is going to be crazy on a Saturday night. That arena gets really loud. I mean, Stephen Pearl, I listened to some of his comments from last night. He said they're playing for their life basically right now because they're kind of trending towards the bubble. So they will be desperate. I still think Kentucky's a better team, but at this rate, I don't know.
No, you bet him as a dog, you fade him as a favorite. The trends don't bear out, but that's kind of how my gut feels about this team. It's like I have no confidence when they're a favorite. And they're unpredictable, right? Like they're an average team, which makes for fun. Like, and that's the part that like I think anytime you get mad about this team when they do dumb things, it automatically it's almost like you have to wear a scarlet letter that you hate them all the time. It seems a lot of fun, like half the time, 3/4 of the time. But that's what makes it so frustrating when they miss front ends and one-on-ones and just short arm free throws. It's like, guys, just make your like you're the best players. This is your time to be the best players, to step up. And I think the part that is the most frustrating out of all of it is, like, Tyler, I'm never going to believe that they're finished with a roller coaster. But when you have lapses in mental toughness, I thought they had finished that part, right? Like, I thought they had enough callous there to, like, get over the stupid doy plays. But, like, take a dribbling off his foot, man. Like, that just, like, what? Huh? Yeah. What is that?
And just defensive breakdowns, not going after balls. It's like, hadn't we gotten past this point of it? It's frustrating, but what would this team be recently without Colin Chandler? That's like a question I ask myself sometimes, because without him on Tuesday night, I don't know. I mean, Owe was doing all he could, even though he had a couple dumb moments, but Chandler just hitting those threes is insane. Like, if there's anything really fun about this team, I'm going to think it's Chandler and Owe. But they can't. Yeah, go ahead.
Can we just have plays for Chandler to shoot the ball? He had 2 shots at halftime.
How? I can't believe they didn't have some kind of double screen for him, double screen. Like, they ran nothing to get him shots. When at one point, peak, what was the stat? He was like 19 of 20. That's an exaggeration, but it was something outrageous over the last 4 games. He cooled off at the end of the game, but the fact that they were not running plays to get him shots was nuts.
I know, like, this isn't Mark Pope isn't we're going to set you to death team kind of guy. Like,
let's see some floppy action, Pope.
Yeah, but like, I mean, damn, when your team's struggling, can you just run a set to get the best shooter some shots? Like Trent Noah. Why do you have Trent Noah on your basketball team? He gets loose balls. He's hard-nosed on defensive glass, right? Like he's not the worst liability in that regard. And he's a shooter. When you have a shooter in the game, run sets to get him like there's no purpose to have Trent Noah on your team if you're not going to run plays to get him shots. I don't like. Am I crazy? Like, am I the crazy one?
No, it's been 30 minutes. You're tired. Your production's going down.
The Noah thing, he's playing though because of the injuries, right? Like he wouldn't be playing if
he's playing because the starters are tired after.
That's
like
they can't
maximize
That's
it.
really why he's playing. So like you've got to get minutes from him. But yeah, I think the big problem with the Georgia game was like you got your big three played well. Now you didn't play great on defense, but you got nothing essentially from 4 through 8.
Well, and the thing too, Luckett is Aberdeen didn't really play well until late in that game. Like he struggled for half, and when him and Moreno, like that, I think Moreno playing above his head, we took a little for granted. Whereas when he's going up against Somto, which I don't know why they added the rest of his name on, you know what I mean? Like
I want to hear you pronounce it.
You're just lucky I can say Somto. I can't say his last name. I want to say Cyril, but I know that's wrong. But
no,
the last two games he's had big guys leaning on him, and you've seen the freshmen come out, and I think that's hurt Kentucky as much as anything.
Looking to Saturday, do we think the belt ass from a year ago will come into play? Like we know Brandon Garrison, you give him a little gunpowder. Like we know the Oklahoma beef, Louisville, give him some extra motivation, and we know what Brandon Garrison can do. Do you think there's any lingering? They got us in Rupp last year and mocked us for guys, Owe, Chandler, Garrison. Does that matter at all? Or is that more of a fan thing that we care about?
I hope so. I mean, if not, if they don't remember it, can we take a tape and like have them watch it? Can we send it to their phones? Can we all DM them the clip? Like that would be big. I think you need any incentive to play really hard and play really desperate right now because Auburn's going to, and that place will be crazy. So yeah, I hope it plays a part.
Now that I think about it, if Kentucky wins, Brandon Garrison is going to have a belt on that court. I mean, if I could get odds on that, parlay Kentucky win, Brandon Garrison brings out a belt and gets him back.
He's going to make Mark Pope take his belt off so he can do his little prop thing.
Yeah, that's happening if they can pull off the W. I'm going to run and get another beer because I'm enjoying happy hour. But before I go, I want to set up our next conversation because this is very interesting, and I'm going to be very quick. But Luckett, you've been all over the SEC bracketology. Update our folks on where we are and how unlikely we are to have a double bye. And I will be back in 1 second.
Yeah, basically keep it short and sweet. Florida's 2 games ahead with 5 games to play, so they're probably going to win the league. So I think we all expect that at this point. Teams 2 through 4, you're looking at Tennessee, Arkansas, Alabama. They are all 9-4. And then teams 5 through 9, which is Texas, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Missouri, and Texas A&M, they're all 8-5. And so you've got a big log jam right now. And so just going through the projections, Kentucky's actually the 8 seed, both in the current tiebreaker system and in the projected tiebreaker system. Kentucky's sitting here at 8-5. I think to get the double bye, you're going to need 12 wins. So for Kentucky, that's why the Georgia loss was so big, because I thought they had a really good chance to get it, because then they would only needed a 3-2 finish in the last 5. Now you need a 4-1 finish in the last 5 to get there. But I do think 11 wins can get them to the 5 spot. And that's what I would say is probably the realistic ceiling for this team right now. And that the 2 games that really stand out to me, it's not necessarily this Auburn game Saturday. It's more so the Vanderbilt and the A&M game. If they can win those 2 and then beat South Carolina, then you're at 11. Then I bet you're probably starting the SEC tournament as the number 5 seed.
Tyler, that's your city.
Beloved city.
Can we please, bring that up, but also please let us just stay for a while. I love it so much. Really, I like the SEC tournament more than all our fun NCAA trips. It's perfect in Nashville. We used to be there for the weekend. I don't even remember the last time we were there on a weekend. Tell me it's going to be better in Beloved.
Oh, I mean, I'd be spinning a lie right now, but no, I mean, I hope it is. What, Steven, I know you have the record, Kentucky's record in Nashville lately. It's not good. If they play on Wednesday, that is going to be so weird, because even if they play on Thursday, what percentage chance do you give them of making it to Saturday? It's very, very low, right? Even getting to Friday would feel like an accomplishment. And that's the most depressing thing of all.
I mean, yes and no. Because really, what this team's shown us is that unless you're Alabama, who Pope just can't do anything against Nate Oates, or Florida, you got a shot. Now, you probably won't have the best player on the floor, but you got a shot. It's just a matter of, is Otega Owe going to keep doing the Otega Owe thing, and can you stay holding on to that rope? But, at least the league, like last year, the top four were nutty. I mean, that just wasn't going to happen. Whereas this year, those were Auburn and Florida were Final Four teams. Like Florida feels like the only like Megadeth power, and Alabama is one team I just don't want to see. But the others, like Kentucky can be a frustrating team, or they can be the kind of silly like, we didn't see this coming kind of team in the postseason. And I'm just, keeping my fingers crossed that they got a little bit of that voodoo to pull off something and get the right matchup when it happens.
And also, this is not just SEC tournament, but you look at some of the bracket projections, right? BYU, Richie Saunders is out. They are reeling. Kentucky's battling like St. Louis. Clemson has lost a bunch of games. There's a clear path, and North Carolina's fading without Caleb Wilson. There's a clear path for Kentucky to not even finish that great and get to that 6 line. And getting to the 6 line to me is really important, because there's a big difference between the 2s in this NCAA tournament and the 3s. The 1s and the 2s are really, like, I think heads and shoulders above. But you get into that 3s, and you wouldn't have to play Florida, who's probably one of the projected 3s. You're going to, like, I think they would have a really good chance to get to that second weekend if you can get to that 6 line. I think if you're on the 7 line, it's like you're probably, try to win a game, but it's going to be tough in the round of 32. So that's something to even watch, I think, here as much as the SEC tournament, because if they get to the 6 line, I think they can get to the Sweet 16. But being on the 7 it's going to be hard, in my opinion.
Couple more disappointing SEC tournament things. Tyler, the pink bachelorette house, I was excited about it, and it slipped through our fingers. Adam and Nick, you probably don't even know about this, but we were looking at Airbnbs. This place,
seen a picture. Yeah,
it could not have been more pink, and we were excited to be there. Steven behind the camera, Jack, Zach, Dr. Mike, big crew. Can we buy them out? I want it.
Well, last year we had you all booked somewhere, and at the last minute they switched it, so you were somewhere else. So maybe there'll be a switcheroo at the end. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. There is a theme to the one you're in now. I can't remember. It's like jungle or something. It's generic, but I mean, it'll be fun. Pink. You all will make the most of it. I just hope that you're there, through at least Friday. You'll come down Wednesday, get there through Friday, try to make the money's worth of the Airbnb rental, please. Yeah, Kentucky, if you're listening, it'd be nice to get a return on investment with these Airbnbs, because it's been tough the last couple of years. But we talked about the beloved Nashville earlier. If you didn't hear Pope's press conference, he did drop a mention of how he wants Kentucky to get back to winning the SEC tournament in beloved Nashville. So I wholeheartedly agree. Let's get back to winning in beloved Nashville, please.
Beloved Bridgestone. That's what we call
it.
Beloved
Bridgestone.
Mm-hmm.
One more disappointing piece of news that I just learned last night, and it actually crushed me because I have a lot of memories there. But Second Fiddle closed. It's one of the what a legend.
One of my favorites. Yeah,
me too. And honestly, my guy Manny, who I miss every damn day, that was our spot. So it rocked me. Like, the place didn't make it 3 months after Manny left. But we have friends that work there. Like, I just found this out last night. I think it's been closed for a while. I'm pretty upset about that, to be honest. That is, everybody's all Eric Church this and let me honky tonk you here, and I'll throw a chair off this one. Second Fiddle was always there for you if you needed a cold beer and some music. And I was very bummed to learn yesterday it won't be there for this Nashville trip.
I think it's at Roberts taking it over. I want to say
We're back.
Okay. Because that was my worry. If you lose Roberts, then you lose Nashville.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Like there's no reason to go back.
Take the Titans before you take Roberts.
They already lost Trailer Park. They lost me.
Man, Paradise Park.
Paradise Park.
Play the hits.
That was I feel like that's the line in the sand, the sort of before and after Nashville, right? The before Paradise Park and after Paradise Park.
It's also like, are you 32 years or younger? Because if you're 32 years old, you love Paradise Park.
That place is awesome.
If you're under 32, you just look at the over 32 crowd like, how old are you?
You mean you paid $6 for a beer? What? Only $6?
Beer for like $10 there, and
that was the best.
I mean, it was great. It was.
Oh, you just drank them by the pitcher.
Yeah.
Also, I don't care what plan you had. No cell phone in America worked in Paradise Park.
No,
it would work 1 foot out the door. But I don't care. You could have the president's nuclear whatever in there. It was not working. Enjoy your pitcher of beer. You're not communicating with the outside world.
Didn't care. Blackberries didn't work. We were having a good time in 2010.
It was Jack's Barbecue is closing, and Roberts bought Jack's. So another Nashville icon. But so yeah, Second Fiddle is closing. But
Jack's now Acme
will be. Yeah, no, that made me really sad. I'm not even a huge Acme fan, but yeah, that did kind of make me sad.
I was with someone last night who knows this situation very well. The whole Nashville taxing these places, all of them are going to close. It's out of control that Acme's taxes are more than they make. Wait, what are we doing? That doesn't even make sense.
How that they print money there and the taxes cost?
Well, they're raising the tax, and not to nerd out, they're raising taxes based on like the most recent sales and stuff. And some of these places, like Bon Jovi's, is like $140 billion, and in the places that have already been locked in, they're being impacted by it. That's hard. For another day. The point is, Second Fiddle's gone, and it breaks my heart. If they're a Wednesday night after I watch Missouri Georgia, me and Manny were at Second Fiddle every time, and we lost a legend. If they take, I guess Tootsie's probably isn't going anywhere. No. Legends on the
Tootsie's
corner.
Is a shell of its former self.
We got to get the stage. The stage is, I think, my new favorite. Sort of like it's because it's not too big, right? Like any of the when you start adding stories, I'm just like I feel like an elderly person looking at old homes. Like no, it's got to be a ranch, all one floor.
I can't walk those stairs.
Climbing those stairs.
That's dangerous.
Good point. I'm in that era too. Olympics.
Winter Olympics. When you look at them, like sometimes it's a long way down.
No, I couldn't walk up Honky Tonk Central stairs anymore. I know it's something else now. I couldn't do it.
I've also noticed not just steps. You know, I guess I'm not speaking for everyone, but when I was younger, I wanted to go. I don't want packed, but I wanted people to be there.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh, there's 6 people in this one. How about we go in there? That looks great. Give me the empty places.
And all right, why I don't go downtown.
Where can I sit down? That place.
Turn the music down.
I did not keep up. I know we had the big day in the women. Oh, we don't do spoilers. I forgot because prime time.
Well, I mean,
Tyler, you're our correspondent. Where are we?
I feel like we can spoil one thing. USA beat Canada in women's hockey.
Yeah, that clip's everywhere.
I mean, that's awesome. I was banned from watching it because I started watching it on KS Board, and then USA started losing, so I got kicked out of the thread because I was KSR cursing America. So I was keeping up on Twitter, but they came back in overtime and won. It was awesome. Let's see, ski mountaineering.
The goal was awesome. Like
yeah.
I don't even. It was like a behind the defender's back. There's probably a term for it. But like my hockey knowledge doesn't extend past Mighty Ducks, but it was very cool. Like the most badass way to get a game winner.
Yeah, we would show it, but the NBC Olympics would kill us. They would sue us to oblivion.
Yeah.
Michaela Schifrin won the gold last night. That was awesome. Remy loved it. She cursed. She dropped an F-bomb on the Today Show this morning.
I think she was getting a little saucy because I'm also a primetime coverage person, Tyler, just because like it's easy, right? Like it's on. I can't keep up during the day. I'm trying to work here, right? This is a hard job, people. Okay, we got a blog, but but she drank her first espresso martini, and then Tariko called in, and you could tell that she was like, "Wait, you're talking to me?" It's like, "Yeah, you just won the gold medal."
She claimed on the Today Show she only had one espresso martini last night, but the people kept bringing them to her. Like they were like, "Oh, congratulations, here's another one." But she claimed she had only had one. No.
Yeah.
And
So
then
when people hand you
dropped
drinks, you
an
don't
F-bomb.
drink them.
Right. It was great. I love it.
I've gotten way into this one more than I normally do. I mean, I try to keep up, but like I know I said this on the last happy hour. Me and Abby might have been Quad God's biggest fans. Like we were locked into Quad God's every move. That was disappointing. I'm still trying to learn some of the skiing stuff. I'll admit I don't know what I'm watching, but I the prime time most nights, if I'm able, I'm consuming it all. And I guess it's wrapping up here in a couple days.
It's great because for switching between basketball game and let's see what sports on the Olympics right now, right? Because you can seek them all out, but like, do I really want to go into the Peacock app and like pick out a sport where I don't even really know what they are? I stumbled into Matt's butt pushing sport.
Yeah,
the butt pushing one.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun, and man. Am I bad that I cheer for the Rex in short track speed skating?
No.
I mean, the same thing with skiing. My God, it's like the girl who went before Schifrin last night.
Yeah,
she went off course in the second gate and was just like, "I'm giving up." I mean, it's brutal. It's crazy.
At least like in the speed skating, they're like sliding into foam walls, whereas
They're
like
gonna die.
yeah, like people die in skiing. Like they just they catastrophic injuries. So I don't feel as bad when they just go sliding because they slide so fast. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they get so close. And it just the short track speed skating. That was a one that I've never I was aware of but never watched. And I was like, give me some more of this.
Well, your ski mountaineering that starts today. That looks
yeah.
awesome.
There were some good memes out of it. People really enjoyed it. My favorite was when they were going up the stairs in the snow, and it was like, "This is how your grandparents went to school every day." It's like, yeah, spot
this is
on.
us going into a honky tonk in 2026.
Adam, you go any honky tonks in Vegas? Let's get to the.
This is me on my way to buy a $15 beer.
You'll have some in Vegas too. They
I
aren't
will.
cheap
They
there.
are. They aren't cheap there. You ain't kidding. You gotta
$15 beer in Vegas might be a bargain.
Vegas, though, you've got to know like the spots. Like if you go to some, they have like the little, like pop-up convenience stores in the casinos. You can get some deals on beers there. So, or you can also
free.
you can also bring your own and just go up in the hotel room, depending on or you can drink for free if you're gambling enough. But yeah, there's a couple tricks you can get to find some drinks of choice.
Yeah.
So how
my
much
move at the pool is get a water bottle with vodka in it, fill it up, buy a drink and tip well. Like don't become a complete mooch. But if you keep refilling that one and maybe have one of those little squirters of like, lemonade or whatever, and maybe you just build your own a couple times throughout the afternoon. I'm not saying I've done that every time I've gone. Not saying I'm not. That's a great way to penny pinch. Don't be so cheap you don't buy anything. I buy one and then just turn that into my cocktail.
You're just I'm glad that I wasn't the one that said that because then I would be accused of being cheap. But man, you're speaking my language, Drew.
Look, as a man who likes to have a couple, especially in Vegas, I simply cannot do $30 drinks all day. I'll buy a couple and I'll tip well. I'm gonna make a few of my own in between.
Now, Roush, you've never been to Vegas, right?
No, surprisingly. But
I'm
I'm well versed in going cheap to booze. I mean,
frugality,
yeah, like my first few years in Nashville, I was bringing flasks into. It's just like, yeah, I can't afford this. I'm in college. In fact, we stayed one time I doubt that it's still there, but there was a hostel that you could stay off of like First Street that was somehow only like $20 a night or something. So,
wow.
We found a way to make it work.
The Night's Inn. I think it was like
the Night's Inn is so scary.
I've done a Night's Inn night once or twice.
Did you all remember the Stadium Inn?
Oh
now-
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
Now
This-
the Stadium Inn is a fancy hotel.
I saw that. Yeah.
What?
It's actually
I
really
have a
nice.
Stadium Inn story.
Okay.
We went and tailgated for Titans Ravens when we lost on a field goal in the playoffs. I spent more. I didn't have the money. Well, my last dollar got me end zone tickets, front or the upper level. They weren't great seats, but I put everything into tickets, and then we did the Stadium Inn. I swear on everything, we are tailgating at the Stadium Inn right outside, and there's like a window right here because there's a room, and we're just in the parking spot with the keg, three of us. Mac and Kyle, shout out to that trip, best trip ever. But this man pulls up the curtains. He's probably 70, completely naked, and stands and just watches us tailgate. There was no conversation. There was no wave. It's like there was only this piece of glass between us and this old man who was just laying it out. And there was a lot of people around. It wasn't like the three of us. It was a very crowded parking lot. And it's like he just wanted everyone to watch him at the Stadium Inn. That is burned in my brain forever. And then we lost to the Ravens.
Yeah.
They should have burned that place down years ago.
Well, now it's a really nice hotel with a pool that you can get a day pass to. It's fancy. It's called the Drift. It's very nice. So
Keep that old man away from there. There's no way he's alive. That's 10 years ago. I mean, he should have been in prison. There were children. I still don't know what he was doing. It was just like, hello, everyone. Enjoy your game. This is me. And I'm like,
He was
dude,
getting
you
ready
are-
for the big. He was getting ready for the big ball game. This is his pregame routine.
Also, from that trip, we took the, you roll your luggage. Well, after that dude, we clearly had to leave. I'm not sitting there for that. We took the luggage cart. We had a keg for the three of us. We used Mac's mom's minivan to drive down there. We just rolled our keg all around the stadium on the little luggage thing, and we brought it back.
Like the big
But
luggage cart.
we were like a portable tailgate. We were doing keg stands. You'd put your feet at the top where you'd hang clothes and then do it. Great times. Shout out Stadium Inn. Anyway, Adam, what are you doing in Vegas? No one cares about my trip 20 years ago.
Yeah, we are going to run a 10K. Me and my wife, we're training for the mini. So this is kind of the halfway point. Check in. Run it. Second year in a row, we've actually ran a 10K in February. Check that box last year. We're trying to do it again, but we've made a trip out of it this time. So we're doing 3 days in Vegas, taking it easy Saturday, run Sunday, and then do some gambling and just hang out, have a good time. We're definitely going to we're doing a buffet. I'm doing the Vegas buffet. So
That's
be
a
my
good way to
first time
carve up.
doing that.
Yeah.
We're doing that first night. And then we'll definitely do Taco Bell Cantina after a few pops one night, some gambling. And then Monday, there's a place Taylor wants to go. I can't remember. I think it's called Pinky's. It's like a Vanderpump bar. I don't know if anybody's familiar with it.
I've been there.
Okay.
It's in Caesars,
Yeah.
right? It's in Caesars.
I think so. Yeah, I think.
I've been there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that. We'll do drinks there one day, and that's about it. Other than sit there and gamble. We're gonna go to the Wynn Sportsbook, I believe. Watch Kentucky Auburn. Have a good time.
Go to the Chandelier Bar at the Cosmo. It's awesome. Or is it Aria? Is it Aria or the Cosmo?
No, it's Cosmo.
Cosmo, yeah.
Also, I would never talk you out of Taco Bell Cantina, but if you need another crappy meal for cheap, there's an In-N-Out on the.
Well, that's on our list too, for sure.
Yeah.
Those
are the go-tos.
That's I think it's not far from where we're staying, that In-N-Out. But for me, like you mentioned the pool stuff, I've never done Vegas, and every time I've gone, it's been either January or February. December one year. So this is my 4th time, and I've always gone. It's just kind of how we've booked it. It's always been. So I've never gotten to do the pool thing, but we'll definitely do that at some point.
My first 6 Vegas trips were in January. I felt that too. People would always be like, yeah, Vegas is awesome. The pools are cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm normally wearing a jacket. We would go, and before gambling was legal everywhere, my crew, we would always go for the Super Bowl for that's 5 or 6 years. Just
I was out first time I did Vegas was Super Bowl weekend, and that was a ball. That was a really fun time.
One time, my friend and I waited in line for 2.5 hours to place a bet the morning of the Super Bowl. We get to the window. He and I bet the exact same amount on opposite sides of the spread. I was like, dude, we could have never left the hotel room and kept the juice.
Yeah, no kidding.
I obviously have not been to Vegas, but I have done the big pool party thing, but it was in Key West, which Key West, much different vibe than a Las Vegas or a Scottsdale type deal. And this was also not that long ago. Like me and my complete, just like, I don't really care part of my life, which, is most of it. But it was very amusing to see all of the like young 20 somethings taking pictures together, but they wouldn't like I feel like all the guys were on their phones taking pictures of the girls and not really talking to them. And I was just doing belly flops, and it was so much fun. I mean, we had a great time. Shout out to Key West, that place. I need to get back there.
I've never
that
been.
rocks.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I don't remember it being that pricey. It wasn't crazy.
We got a lot of bars and dive bars where you can just go and hang out. It's fun.
Oh man, look at you got me. Yeah, you're giving me the itch. Like we're talking SEC tournament. Like I just want to get out and hit the pavement. It's 70 degrees in the spring, not really springtime, but when that weather hits, it's kind of like when you get that first frost, that first cool feeling. When this weather hits, I just start thinking about Derby. And like, I saw one of my buddies yesterday and he had a horse racing shirt on. My friends are like, y'all got Derby tickets yet? It's like, oh gosh, just get me there.
Yeah, you're counting down to that. I know it's not on our topics, but that Bourbon and Beyond lineup doesn't suck in Louisville either.
Yeah,
that was one of our KS board questions. So technically,
well, let's just jump to it.
Boom.
We could pull it up. I don't have the lineup ready, but yeah, there you go.
With Bourbon and Beyond announcing their lineup, who would be your 4 headliners for your Fire Fest? Oh, nice question, AMAC 4188.
So wait, is for your Fire Fest mean like your own personal music festival, or like the worst possible? Because like Ja Rule is like the worst possible kind of act, right?
Pick your 4.
I think it would be if you were building a festival.
Okay.
You're going to con all these people out of money because you're just doing it the way you want to do it. And then if you need bottled water, Luckett will help you with that. For those of you that have seen the documentary. But who's your 4 headliners?
Oof, I would go with Tyler Childers. Man, Mumford's good.
Quickly, I'm going to butt in. Are we going dead or alive here?
Let's do alive because dead's kind of cheating. Like I'd be like Michael Jackson. Like there
goes Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, Jimmy Buffett would have been a good one. I feel like you got to pick. Like, I would want to have at least one day where it's all 90s themed. Like that's kind of what I loved about the Bourbon and Beyond lineup. It's like there's so many old 90s bands that they have so many great hits. Like Hootie and the Blowfish. I don't think I would go to their concert singularly, but if they were in a lineup and they were headlining a day, I would totally see it. So Childers. I would go maybe Jason Isbell over Mumford.
Okay.
I feel like I've got to have a woman in there. I don't know. Maybe Florence and the Machine. She's great. And then random 90s day. Jim Blossoms can be the headliner. Why not?
Who is the Blues Traveler was on 90s Day last year, and they were awesome. They're just a jam band now, and it was a lot of fun. So they're really playing to a certain type of music fan, which I don't mind you. People who were around in the 90s, they got money to spend now, and they'll go see those shows. Which, if you haven't, the new Bourbon and Beyond setup, you were there, Drew. It's awesome. Now, you made sacrifices that I would not have made to get up front, that I'm just out on. But that's the issue is that, like, last year they had, like, all of my bands that I wanted to see, except I couldn't go to Sturgill because Kentucky was playing that night. And then like Nathaniel Ratliff was awesome. Like
that would be fun.
You were there for Alabama Shakes. They were great.
Yeah, Brittany Howard was just belting. The only one that I would add to it, and I've seen it at a festival before, like the Black Keys put on a very fun show. So I would throw them in there. They're a good time. They're playing the Palace soon, but it's not exactly the best time for me to want to go to a concert day after Derby.
Oh, that's tough. That would be a very big rally.
The entire week before I'm down, but like you're telling me the day after the Bender is when I'm supposed to like. No, sorry, can't do it.
I already bought my Friday Bourbon and Beyond tickets. I couldn't wait for that one. That's
I don't think I've ever had a beer the day after Derby ever.
Yeah,
Got to be the only day I've never had a beer.
Not even to just stop the hand from shaking a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, there
Last
might have
thing
been
I
a
want.
self-preservation one. Yeah.
Yeah, last thing I would want on that day.
Speaking of, this is my first 2-beer happy hour. I don't know the last time I've done a 2-beer happy hour.
Wow.
It's
You are
almost
rubbing
like,
it in.
well, I don't know who's watching. It's almost like got a bunch of in-laws coming to stay at the house this weekend and a lot to do. Can't wait to see them. But,
Is there
it is a 2-beer.
is there a baby shower that's happening too?
Yeah, big. I like to say I did it. We have a very beautiful nursery that's almost done. The pregnant one did 99% of it. Truly unbelievable. She changed a ceiling fan the other day on a ladder at 8 months pregnant. I'm like, what are you doing? Get your ass, finish that and then get down now. Yeah, it's doing great. But no, yeah, we got a lot of baby stuff. They're about to just take over the house. Can't wait to see them. But big, lot going on. So, when you can.
Enjoy while you
Cheers.
can.
One question on that. I kind of messed up. I meant to ask this earlier, and maybe this is a KS board question. Nick, you were talking about fish fries.
Mhm.
Abby's side is Catholic, and I planned a meal for tomorrow that is not fish. So I'm on the fly trying to adjust. If anyone out there has a Lexington fish place recommendation, shout out. I'm doing takeout.
You could also do the just the quick Kroger like fish in a bag where they put the seasoning on it and you throw it in the oven.
I'm trying to do no work. I'm trying to walk in with bags and set them down and say, "Here you go."
Or you could just fake it, get Moby Dick, and say you fried it up.
Is there Moby Dick in Lexington?
No.
Oh,
that
damn.
would solve my problem. They love Moby Dick when I'm in Louisville. Anyway, that's me and my issues. What's next on KS Board? Are you all buying the fatigue issue that Pope keeps alluding to for our players? Acuff played 50 minutes, blah, blah, blah. We know that. The fatigue conversation. I wrote about it last night. Does anyone want to rant real quick? We're already trying to run through these quickly. Anybody have a strong take on all of that?
Not really.
Darren
These are
Peterson.
prime athletes. Young men who are making millions of dollars.
4 games, play 38 minutes.
Yeah.
This is one of the few topics I can remember that really everyone is in agreement that, like, usually when you're criticizing a coach, there are people like, well, no, consider this or don't say that. It seems everyone I've brought this up to is like, yes, they should be playing. Well, what are we talking about?
I think what Pope is, in a way that what he's trying to say is he wants to have a team where they have 10 guys and they come in waves and where they don't have a guy that needs to play 36, but they're not injuries and they're not good enough to do that. So eventually, and I do think there is a kind of you do have to manage minutes throughout the season. It's something you have to keep an eye on, but we're getting to the point now in the year where it's put up or shut up. And so you've got to just let them go. And if these guys are going to play in the NBA, I know they're, it's probably not likely, but if they're a good player in the NBA, they're going to have to play 38 minutes a night. NBA guys play 34 to 38 minutes a night. So you're going to eventually have to play 35 minutes in a basketball game if you're having the career, if these guys have the career that they want to have. And so, but I think what he was trying to say is that he believes the best way to go about it is having that depth and being on a team like he had, where you can just have 10 guys and just over a season wear teams out. And then you win the last 10 minutes of every game, but they don't have that this year. So you can't, you've got to ride who you got.
I get that, but when a guy's got 10 points in 14 minutes and you're up 8, why not blow him out and let him sit at the end and let Walker Horn get up some threes? Now, that was probably unlikely against a team like Georgia, but is it crazy to think let's just keep riding him and we'll worry about a break when we get to that point? Things are going pretty well.
I mean,
let's not stop it.
I wasn't feeling Malik Monk quite but it was feeling like that was going to be one of those kind of just get out of his way and watch him cook sort of nights. Ortega doesn't shoot as many threes as Monk did, so he wasn't getting to 40. But I really thought we might have a 40-point night for Ortega the way the first half was going. And it's for what? Just I don't – yeah.
We all agree. Next topic.
Yeah.
Luckett, this is for you.
Yeah.
Tyler Bell.
Left shoulder injury. He's going to see multiple doctors.
That's bad.
We've been here before.
Yeah.
No, not basketball. Tyler Bell, baseball.
Yes, same thing. So yeah, it doesn't sound great as of right now. So right now he's out indefinitely. We'll see what happens. I think they're probably debating whether, have surgery or try to come back. But then there's also, I think, for him, the draft decision to make, which complicates this as well. But, baseball draft is somewhat similar to basketball, but usually these college guys, they want them to play. So it's an interesting dynamic. Really unfortunate. They were really 100% healthy starting the year pretty much. In like the third inning or whenever it was, first game, he hurts his shoulder, just routine dive, trying to play defense.
But it's non-throwing shoulder though, right?
Yeah, it's his left, but he's left-handed swinging. So,
can we just I'm one of those that I'm always like, hey, injuries happen, people. Everybody deals with injuries. Like we saw Caleb Wilson with his hand, the JT Toppin for Texas Tech, the kid at BYU, Richie Saunders, injuries happen. But can we just, is it too much to ask to just maybe give us a little bit of time? It was the first freaking series.
It's across all sports now. It just
when it rains.
Tiana Key missed 3 weeks and they lost every single game when she was out. It was terrible. Can we get just a little bit of a break from it all? Just a teeny one.
Luckett quickly, I couldn't watch because the pregame. How bad is the Morehead loss, or is that just kind of something that happens at that point in the season on Tuesday?
Not a good loss, but it's baseball. They play 50-something games. We'll see how the season goes. Well, ask me in 4 weeks, 5 weeks how bad of a loss that was really. But you're going to lose some of those games throughout the season. So they lost one early. But the most unfortunate part about that was they've got some hype this year, had a really good crowd. People are talking about them that don't normally talk about them. First time they see them, they're in the public eye. Really, they lose and didn't play well at all. And so that was the unfortunate part. But I'm not sounding the alarm at any rate. But we don't know how good these teams are really, because Drew, they schedule these teams for the RPI. You want to schedule teams that you think are going to be good, but it's hard to tell in the portal, so you don't know. Especially with these mid-majors, who's going to be good and who's not. Morehead State could turn out to be really good. We don't know. Or they could just be bad and we don't know. And so we'll see. But it wasn't a good loss for sure. It's not like some team expected to be a real major player this year. But you can't afford to lose a couple of those games across a baseball season typically.
Yeah, I'm so fired up for this year. And it's almost like the basketball. I didn't have time to even focus on how baseball had that let down. So excited for what's ahead. What a stinky way to have opening day.
Yeah, and it's a nice weather too.
Random nice. Yeah. It'll be the best crowd they'll probably have until SEC play starts and the weather starts to warm up. So it was disappointing that they couldn't deliver and win that game.
Well,
Tyler, I'm going to assume Donald in the comments. Oh,
I was about to bring that up. Yeah.
Are they trolling us, or surely they come?
Captain Crash asked earlier, who or what is Marlena Van Hoos? So clearly somebody, he in the chat doesn't know who that is, and that is sacrilegious. Marlena Van Hoos is a legend.
It's Drew's KS board burner.
Yeah. Donald, easily the biggest Marlena fan on the planet. KSR has been, if Marlena sings at a UK game, we're putting up the video. We've been pro Marlena for a long time. Huge fans. In fact, they haven't used her in a while, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, guess who's going to be there for Kentucky women's basketball senior night next Sunday?
Ooh.
And guess who's going to be the halftime entertainment after Marlena brings down the house for the anthem?
Red Panda.
Red freaking Panda.
Whoa.
What?
Oh, my goodness.
The tickets are almost sold out, too. So, you need to go get them. South Carolina's ranked number 3. Could be a huge upset. Could get Red Panda, Marlena. It could be the best day in the history of Kentucky women's basketball. So, if you don't have your tickets, get them because they're going to be gone soon.
It's crazy.
I didn't know you could have a venue that can hold that much talent. This has to be the toughest ticket in years. All right, we're running long. Do we have any more? We'll be quick. I'm not trying to keep everybody all night.
Oh, somebody asked a Survivor question.
Okay, there we go. Survivor starts next week. Which UK basketball player, any era, would have the best shot at winning? Also, which KSR staffer? First and foremost, I'm winning Survivor, Richmond. That's happening. I just haven't decided which season I'm going to apply. I'm winning, not a debate. UK basketball players.
Okay.
See, Roush wants it. No, listen, Max and I already have a plan. We're going to apply the same season. We're going to act like we don't know each other. He's from Australia. We've never met. Yeah. We've already got strategies how we're going to get people out. You want to be in, actually? There's probably no evidence that we know each other.
I think Shannon would – he's so sadistic too that he could be really – because he could compartmentalize it. He doesn't care. It's a dumb little game to him, So I feel like he would be decent at it. I'm trying to think of good – Kentucky, you mentioned Max. Okay, Max definitely is right up that alley.
He knows it well.
I'm wondering if there's any basketball players or I'm trying to
really smart.
And you gotta be very likable and social,
charismatic.
Yeah, charismatic. Yeah. That's the word I was looking for.
I don't know about Survivor, but you put Ryan Lemon on Traitors. He can just be. Did he really? Did they really? And he could last to the end. He would just be there's a random older gentleman or older woman that lasts to the end on all these Traitors seasons. That could be Ryan. He's just really? Oh.
But Ryan couldn't be the traitor. He would tell everyone episode 1, everyone in the room.
That's why he would last, so they would know there's no way this guy could be.
Yeah. Well, are you all caught up on before tonight's new episode?
I haven't seen tonight's. Yeah.
Well, because the new guy is so bad at it.
He is
if you made Ryan Lemon the traitor.
You went from having the best traitor, Rob, to having this new guy. We'll just use the letter E because it's the first letter of his name. That's not a spoiler if you watch it. But he is not good, and he constantly looks flustered and amazed and terrified. He's a dead giveaway.
I think that was part of the strategy. Is give him a red herring, here. Oh no! Find out that he's the traitor.
We got Traitors happy hour.
Between this and Survivor, it's clear that we love good bad reality TV.
Love is Blind. My first time watching it this season. I'm hooked. I'll say it. I didn't watch the first 7, but I saw one 15-second clip, and I was like, people are that crazy? Yeah, I'm in.
Even I had to give up Love is Blind. I watched the first 2 seasons, and then I just couldn't do it anymore. But maybe it'll reel me back in.
Roush, how many more years till we're applying to Survivor, getting on the same season, and acting like we've never met? With Max included.
I was like, if she's school age, then I'll be old enough to be an old person Survivor player at that time. Because the middle age isn't great, but if you're kind of in the 40s, 50s, then I could qualify as an old guy. So I think that's kind of the move, right? When it's not too bad to keep up with being gone for a month. Tyler, it would be hard on the blog for that month, but the content we would get from it after the fact would just be stellar. So I think you'd have some great players here. I would love to see how long Drew's hair could get too. Oh, yeah. And also, how much of a chia pet would I look like being out there for a month?
That'd be awesome. I've already talked complaining about walking upstairs at Hockey Talks to talking about applying for Survivor.
Sleeping on the ground and not eating food easy, but climbing up a Nashville bar.
Correction, not applying for Survivor, winning Survivor. I already have so many strategies already. Abby, she was like, when they do the family, am I the one that gets to come see you? And I said, no, because I'm turning it down, using that to give it to someone else. I'm saying I don't want my family. Someone else can have it. I got so many little moves. I got so many backstabs planned on people I haven't even met. I just need to apply. CBS, if you're out there, I'm not calling you. You call me. And I'm winning it.
I want to be recruited.
Headhunted.
There was years ago someone that works at CBS. They mentioned, would you and Matt be interested in Big Brother or not Big Brother? What's the
Amazing Race?
Amazing Race. And I said, I love Matt. Absolutely not. I will murder him on television.
Terrible. He would be terrible.
It's do you have any other game shows I'm in? I am not doing Amazing Race with Matt.
I mean, that show in particular too would be a
What was I've never seen it. What's the was that to go across the country with someone?
Yeah,
across
you're
the
in a
world.
car with someone looking at maps and trying to agree on things.
Not alone.
Like,
not alone.
I mean, you know who's navigating. Navigating and driving. See,
Yeah. My man.
It's the last one. All right, this has been a fun show. We've run long. Thank you all. Thank you, Country Boy. Just getting started on number 2. Might turn into number 3. We'll see what happens.
Luckett and I'm doing some more on the YouTubes later, so we'll
There
see
you
you
go.
in a couple hours.
Yeah,
Foreman,
watch
yeah.
those guys. I don't know if you're going to talk about it, but Will Stein might not be good for the basketball program. Every time he pops up, we have troubles. Love Will Stein, but doesn't have the
whenever
best
he gets
record
to
in
go-
Rupp Arena.
The Joe Craft seats have not been good. 0-2,
No.
North Carolina and Georgia.
Yeah.
Hey, but he was when he
Analytics.
didn't use the Joe Craft seats, they won though. Mississippi State game, he was there and they won. So just,
Keep
I mean,
on.
I want him in the Joe Craft seats, but also I don't.
Yeah, the big picture is that he's with the crap. That's a win in itself.
Yeah. So we got one win on Tuesday.
There we go. All right, watch Adam and Nick later. They'll have plenty more to say. And then we're counting down to Auburn. Big one on Saturday. We need to get a dub. If not, whatever. Life will go on. But thank you all for watching us here. Shout out Country Boy. Shout out my old Kentucky home repair. And if you have any Vegas recommendations for Luckett, I know it sounds like he's already got a good game plan, but I'm sure he'd love to hear more. Give him shout outs. Thank you all. Go Cats. Love you.